Léon de temps va me bouger en vie, quoi va wrong, you reflect myself, Bobby Boucher time.
Remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl, do you?
Les Canadiens de Montréal contre les Étoiles de Dallas. Oh man, I'm excited to recap this game. Been ready and raring to go since this afternoon, but had to wait till the kids were in bed. I'm tired, guys. This was a tough weekend, but what a way to end it. Let's talk about it.
But I got a specialty dessert that's real good. I can make it.
You gotta
nice
get her there first.
The Dallas Stars. Last time that the Montreal Canadiens faced the Dallas Stars, it didn't go so well. But things are different now. The Montreal Canadiens are a different team. They've got a lot more injuries. So, yeah, but they're doing good. They're doing good, guys. You're hoping things go differently this time, certainly. And Montreal had a tough game against the St. Louis Blues yesterday. You might say that Binnington stole the game, but I refuse to say that. I think that, certain people didn't show up, and you're hoping they show up tonight. So let's get into it first. If you're new here, if you're a Montreal Canadiens fan, if you're a hockey fan in general, I'd like you to consider maybe subscribing. Love to have you as part of the community. We're growing something really cool here. We have a Discord channel. I'll put the link in the description. We're always talking hockey. People from all sorts of different backgrounds in there. It's really super cool talking with you all. If you're already a subscriber, don't worry about it. Hit the like button. It helps me out with, I don't know, maybe something important. And we start this recap with something important. Quelque chose important, c'est la formation de départ. Tonight's starting lineup. It's good to know who's playing. Nos attaquants, our forwards, Caulfield, Suzuki, Texier, Slafkovský, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Danault, Gallagher, Blais, Veleno, Beck. Josh Anderson is not back in the lineup. As far as I know, we haven't received any news on him either. No défenseur, our defenseman, Matheson, Dobson, Hutson, Carrier, Xhekaj, Struble, et no gardien, our goalies tonight, Montembeault, back in net, and we have Fowler backing him up on the bench. So it's exciting. We start this game off. The puck drops in the first period. Of course, we're in Dallas tonight, and pretty early on, Montembeault has to be sharp. Early on, Montreal has some defensive brain farts. It cools down as the game goes on and then picks back up as the game goes on. Now we see Cole Caulfield going on a breakaway, but Harley gets back in time to stop him, or does he? Actually, upon further review, it doesn't look like he does. He has to cheat a little bit here. The refs don't catch it. But you know what? That's fine, as long as the same penalty is not called on the Montreal Canadiens later on in the game. So who's going to get on the board first? Who's going to break this one open? Is it going to be a high-scoring game? Is this going to be a tight one?
Put it across. It's Koji in a good stick to break it up. Hutson quickly. Carrier. Reshot. Score! The deflection in front. Carrier.
This is Phillip Danault, his first goal with the Montreal Canadiens. And it kind of went between Danault and Gallagher there for a minute. They didn't really know who they wanted to award it to, but it was Danault. This puck definitely gets redirected a couple of times, and you know what I always say, good things happen when you put pucks on net. In addition to being Danault's first goal with the Canadiens, this is also his 400th point. So good for Phil, happy to see it. We move on. Oliver Kapanen is now getting in close, but can't find the cracks behind Oettinger. It's Oettinger in net, by the way, if I didn't mention that. And now going the other way, the Dallas Stars are going to get on the board.
Red line, he'll shoot it in. Just missing it, Montembeault. Puck down behind the net. Grab try right on, score!
Maverick Bourque makes it 1-1. Pretty standard dump in here. Monty tries to stop the puck, but doesn't get there in time, and then basically doesn't get back in his crease in time because he doesn't reset himself fast enough to, or act urgently enough to stop this wraparound. Ends up 5-hole, ends up in the back of the net. Tie game. We see Montreal continue to have problems keeping away from the front of the net, and Montembeault needs to be quick again. Montembeault still having to be sharp here. He gets a toe on this one in order to deny Bourque his second of the night. This is frustrating. Demidov gets taken down while his opponent, Vaska, gets his arm all the way around him. Play is stopped. Demidov gets out of the corner and yells, "Is that not holding? Is that not holding?" His anger was very audible here.
It's not holding!
And a hand pass, and Demidov, man, you could hear him.
Now Lane Hutson doing Lane Hutson things, draws a penalty with a strong push. And watching this live, you look at the officials, none of their hands are going up. You have to wait such a long time for the officials to look at each other and then painfully put their hand up like, oh, I guess we have to give them a penalty. It's nearly caused me to punch a wall. First period ends, we'll have to wait until period number 2 for part 2 of this power play. But it's been looking good. Hopefully they can strike again. We come back from the commercial break. Monty is doing a little bit of shimmying in his crease. And then Dallas does kill the penalty, but Dallas takes another penalty for a hook. They are getting shots on Oettinger, but Oettinger is standing tall. You're hoping one can get by soon, and you're kind of hoping that comes from the first line because they've been kind of missing in the past few games here, huh? Dallas kills off that second penalty, and as they do, Suzuki is tripped here, but I think the officials at this point said, we just gave you 2 penalties, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Dallas is spending a lot of time in their own zone. That's kind of heartening for the Habs, but I get this weird feeling now that when the Habs are spending a lot of time in the zone and not scoring, their opponents will go the other way and score themselves, and it's a bad feeling. Luckily, I think that effort was exhausted here when they go high and wide on Montembeault. The Habs fend off a rush where they didn't really set up defensively all that well. Now Montreal gets caught with an embarrassing too many men call. And they must have been on the ice for a while because who jumped on here? It's definitely a dumb moment. And it's these dumb moments that you feel might end up in the back of the net. But so far so good on the penalty. It looks like they're killing it. Penalty exhausts, and immediately after the penalty is over, Wyatt Johnston's going to make it 2-1.
Duchesne, back up top for Harley. Across, Brandon right in front, score!
So it doesn't count as a power play goal, but it might as well have because it had just expired. Johnston, all alone in the slot. Great pop pass here. No one was close enough to cover him. Yeah, that's going in the back of the net. So that's discouraging. You're really hoping that Montreal would strike next and regain their lead, but maybe it's their turn next.
Back native, so backing up Oettinger as Demidov brings it in. Kapanen, one-timer, score! What a rocket!
Oh man, beautiful. Slav transitioning fast, sends this to Demidov behind his back. Demidov draws all the attention in the zone, and he knows exactly where Kapanen is. Don't ask me how, but he gets it over to him, and it's all over. Kapanen finds the back of the net. We are back to being tied at 2. Now Dallas puts one off the post, a scary one. Montembeault did not see this one coming, but can you blame him? There's a freaking moose in front of him. And then shortly after that, Sammy Blais is on the ice. He is hurt. The crowd is booing him. Is it normal to boo players when they're hurt now? I don't see this often. Weird stuff coming out of Dallas. They replay what happened in slow-mo. Dirty player here. Lindell catches Blais on the wrist with a slash. Looks like something out of frustration. Dallas is just booing this replay again.
New hook earlier. There's the whack right.
I don't get it. Are they booing Lindell? This is so bizarre. Montreal going back on the power play. Montreal is looking dangerous, but Dallas is doing a great job in front of the net, clogging things up. So Dallas ends up killing another one. They're getting power plays, but I mean, you need to score on these power plays, guys. We see Texier getting it to Gallagher in a dangerous spot. Wow, Gallagher has been shooting a lot lately. You can tell that he wants one, but he's just not getting them. And then you see Steele slash the stick out of Hutson's hands. Back to the power play. Are they finally going to cash in?
Hutson, wrist shot tipped home. Follow up Suzuki, big job with Caulfield. Caulfield couldn't bank it in. Suzuki was there, right in front. Score!
They are. Slav makes it 3-2 in a hectic sequence. The puck gets around and finally finds its way to Slafkovský, who puts it behind Oettinger for his 8th power play goal of the season. Slav has been just an absolute machine lately. I don't even know if everybody understands just how influential he is on the Habs' recent success. As the second period is ending, Hutson falls while battling for space with Robertson, and Robertson powers his way through right at the horn to jam it in on Monty, but Monty isn't moving. So we head into the third period, 3-2 for Montreal. Can they hold on to that lead? Third period, before heading back to the game, TSN flashes this compelling graphic. This certainly puts things in perspective. In the last 8 games, Slaf, 5 goals, 12 points. Demidov, 3 goals, 10 points. And Cappy, 3 goals and 6 points. That second line, man, that second line is the first line. Third period starts. Oh no, this does not look good. Jamie Benn is caught in the face. He's bleeding. I hope he's okay, but this is not good for the Canadiens. They're definitely going to be seeing a 4-minute high-sticking penalty. But wait, they come back from break and nobody's headed to the box. They show on the replay what has happened. Ben, who is grandfathered in on the visor requirement, falls and kisses the ice. Yeah, ouch, this hurts, but I hate to say it. You should really be wearing a visor, Ben. Not only can you get hurt like this, but other players can accidentally hurt you, and that damages how, well, maybe not damage, it affects the other player in a way. It might get into his head if he took out your eye or something like that. Come on, like a visor, is it really that big a hassle? I don't know, that's a big conversation. I can go both ways on the whole protective equipment thing. It's a dangerous sport. It's a really dangerous sport. Still in the third period, woof, another close call for Montembeault, but he comes up big. And talk about coming up big, check this out.
Held in again by Steele, man. They give it over at the line. Stars come again, Steele! Montembeault!
I don't know if it's safe to say that Montembeault is like back, but he's definitely playing better than he did when he was leaving in 4+ goals every single game. This game is just another check mark in the right box. But as Brian Mudryk is glazing him in the TSN broadcast, this happens.
Here's Heiskanen walking it in, centering feeds out of the net again. Heiskanen, one more time, follow up, score!
Yeah, Johnston makes it 3-3. He's on Hattie watch now. The defense here, not helping Montembeault out at all. They totally poop in their pants. They just completely quit on him. Allows all sorts of trash in front of the net. And eventually, after 2 or 3 saves, Montembeault can't find another one and the puck goes in. Not good, but hopefully Montreal can battle back and respond. Well, it's going to be difficult because now Danault is taking a penalty. He loses his guy, Rantanen, which is a guy that's pretty easy to lose. Yeah, this is a really tough penalty to take with about 5 minutes left in the game, but this is essentially the exact same penalty they didn't call on Caulfield at the start of the game. Thanks, guys. Now on the penalty, Dallas looks like they're going to find the go-ahead goal, but Wyatt Johnston, who has up until now been kind of the hero for the game for Dallas, takes a selfish and stupid penalty in front of the net, hooking on Dobson. He probably got a blast of hot air after the game for this one. Third period's not going to do it. They want OT. Both teams need that point, apparently. They shake hands on this one, and we're going to extra time. In overtime, Suzuki loses the face-off. Why did they put Danault in last time they had overtime to win the draw? I like that. It's a cool strategy. Nothing wrong with that. The guy goes off. They could have done that. Anyway, Dallas does kind of make them pay because they puck control for quite a while. They play keep away, and it's very tense. Now we see Duchesne dancing dangerously into a deadly spot, but Montembeault squeezes and holds the puck. Fast forward a little bit, Wyatt Johnston with the game on his stick. He's looking for a hat trick. Also not sure why Suzuki and Danault didn't see him speeding past them, but Montembeault saves the day. It's starting to tick down a little bit. You're thinking about the shootout and the likelihood of Montreal losing again in a shootout. But who does Dallas have that's a really good shootout guy? I guess Robertson would be one. You would also think that Wyatt Johnston would get a crack at it. Who else do they usually use for shootouts?
But Hudson's got it onside. Hudson's got space. Wrist shot. Score! OT winner! Lane Hutson!
Never mind. Game-winning goal. Lane Hutson. Big face-off here for Danault, and he wins it. It gets back to Hutson, who finds room, finds his shot, and finds the back of the net. Lane Hutson, you are a god. Incredible game. I love this game for so many different reasons, which I'll talk about a little bit here. But Montreal collects 10 out of the possible 14 points on the road. Unbelievable. Hutson just so deceptive with that last shot. Doesn't even celebrate it. Just goes to the boys, gets some high fives, gets some hugs. Man, I got goosebumps thinking about it. What an ending. So by and large, everybody played really good. There were defensive lapses, but when those defensive lapses happened, yeah, they happened kind of big, but they reset and then they didn't let it happen again. I like seeing that because I think that we've seen times where they make one mistake, 2 mistakes, 3 mistakes. They just keep making mistakes until they get a stoppage, like a period being ended. A little bit let down by Bolduc, a little bit let down by Beck. Wasn't a great night stats-wise for Dobson, -2. Breakdowns did happen while he was on the ice. And Veleno also a -2. Struble and Xhekaj are providing some hits, but Sammy Blais, 6 hits tonight. He's got dynamite up his butt. He's a crazy player. I'd like to see more from him. He's got a tough role right now, and I understand that he probably has to hang with that for a bit. But I really like what I see out of Sammy Blais, and I wish he had opportunities to do other stuff because I think he deserves it. I think he should get something like a reward for that. But Slaf, a monster again. Demidov, great vision. Lane Hutson, incredible game-winning goal. Phil Deneau, 2 points as well. It's just Caulfield and Suzuki that I really would like some more 5-on-5 stuff from them. I like seeing Texier up on that line, but I don't know if his puzzle piece fits right into that jigsaw. You know what I mean? Hopefully, the answer for that third forward on that line comes with the injuries coming back. Try Newhook up there. Try Doc up there. Maybe Doc's going to get the chance first. Patrick Laine is out skating again. So we'll just have to wait and see. But again, this game was phenomenal. Loved it. More of this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. I'm going to watch that Canada game that is coming on. I have a feeling it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be tight. I'll probably put out a video tomorrow unless it's a real stinker. But I've been enjoying recapping those games as well. You guys know what to do. Like the video. It helps me out with search results, I think. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.